Yesterday, the Picasso Network launched their Solana restaking vault, which is very similar to what EigenLayer is doing on Ethereum, but for Solana tokens. So now if you want to, you can deposit SOL as well as some liquid staking SOL tokens, including jitoSOL, bSOL, and mSOL. And so in today's video, I'm going to walk you through step-by-step how to do this, as well as talk about the benefits of doing it, as well as some of the risks. So for starters, what is the Picasso Network? What they're trying to do is unlock Solana DeFi and allow it to be interoperable with a bunch of other different networks, including the Cosmos network. And so if you decide to deposit some SOL or liquid stake SOL tokens, you're going to be supporting the composable IBC, which is trustless bridging between major DeFi ecosystems. Now, the technical specifics are a little bit complicated for this tutorial because I want to focus on how to actually make the deposit if you're interested in it. And also, my understanding of the mathematics behind this is surface level at best. However, I will throw a link to this down below, and I do recommend doing your own research before depositing because there are some risks associated with this. So I guess let's talk about those risks now before we talk about the benefits, because while you can get an airdrop from this, there are a couple of things that you need to know. For starters, the vault right now that you're depositing your SOL or liquid stake SOL into is a 7 of 9 multi-sig on the Solana network, okay? And these are the 9 people that are supposedly the multi-sig signers. Having a 7 of 9 multi-sig in charge of, at this point, up to 50,000 SOL tokens, and they're going to be raising the caps progressively, obviously is a little bit of a risk, and you do have to be aware of that. So even though these people are probably trustworthy, Solblaze is the only one here that I actually really know, and even though they probably are trustworthy, it is a risk that you have to be aware of, that a lot of SOL tokens are going to be deposited into a 7 of 9 multi-sig until they can actually launch this. And then when we're talking about actually launching the interoperability bridge, they are undergoing currently a series of third-party security audits. So it's not actually quite there yet. So if you decide to deposit your SOL tokens into this, you are taking on the risk. It's very similar to the Blast Layer 2 on Ethereum, honestly. You're depositing into a multi-sig and you're hoping that they're going to be able to actually launch and that the platform is going to be secure. So I do not recommend aping your life savings into this. However, if you have assessed the risk and you decide that you do want to make a deposit, I'll show you how you can actually do it. So the way that this restaking vault is working is it's kind of like a team competition. The vault's opened yesterday, and these are the 4 tokens that are initially going to be accepted. The cap is starting at 50K SOL, and currently it's approaching that. However, if you're watching this video and the cap has been hit, don't worry, because they will be increasing it to 150 and then 500 progressively. So this will not be your only opportunity to make a deposit. So this is the application where you need to deposit your SOL tokens. So first things first, you're gonna have to connect your wallet up in the top right-hand corner. And then you have 2 options. If you have purchased one of the Mantis NFTs, which are these sci-fi looking characters, well, if you have one of these Mantis NFTs, then you can create your own team for these deposits, recruit other people to join you, and then compete to earn a share of 17.5 million total PICA tokens. So this is what you're trying to get with these deposits. You're trying to get a share of these PICA tokens, which will be airdropped to the people that deposit the most. So the 17.5 million PICA tokens are going to be distributed relative to each user's stake. However, the winning team is going to earn additional rewards, 80% of the transfer revenue for 30 days. So in this sense, you actually have an incentive to either create a very strong team or to simply join the team that has the best chance of winning. So if you don't have your own Mantis NFT, then you can forget about that. You're just gonna have to join a team. Now on the page right here, you can see the different teams and you can see who's actually winning. So right now it looks like OG Faraday team, which only has 2 members, is actually winning. And that is honestly insane, because if they win, they are gonna get a massive, massive payday. Now, on the other hand, you've got Zenika's team, which has 205 members. They're currently sitting in 5th place, but if they win, they get 80% of the revenue for 30 days. However, that's gonna be split amongst way more people. And this first team actually has 1 person that's deposited $2.5 million worth of SOL, and the second team member has deposited less than $500. So that's pretty funny. Now, if you want to, you can also just stake your SOL tokens and not participate in the team aspect of this at all. However, you obviously won't have any chance of winning those bonus rewards for the winning team. And if you wanted to just do it by yourself, you can hit on the stake button here, and then you select which asset you want to stake, how much you want to stake, and then which vault you want to put it into. On the other hand, if you do want to join a team, you're going to need an invite code. So I can't just go to the #1 team here, OG Faraday, and then try to join it because I don't have the team invite code. Now, in order to get an invite code, you can just find them on Twitter. So I posted asking if anybody wanted me to join their team, and Zeneca was the first person to respond. So I'm just going to copy his team invite and join this team right here. And I think anyone is free to do this if you want to join this team as well. Otherwise, you can just search for Mantis Games invite codes on Twitter and you can probably find other ones. So I'm going to copy this team code here, go back to the Mantis app, and then up here, hit join team, paste in the code, and then join Zeneca's team. Okay, so I've now been added to the team. If I go to the My Team tab, I can see all the members and each of their respective contributions. And then in the My Dashboard section, I can see my actual deposits. So now that I have my team set up, I'm gonna go back to the stake section over here, click this, and then make a deposit. So just choose whichever asset you want to deposit. So for this tutorial, I'm gonna deposit some Blaze liquid stake SOL, and then you just deposit it into the restaking vault, hit yes, and then it looks like there is a fee to make a deposit of 0.038 SOL, which is about $3 or something like that. And again, I cannot stress this enough, only deposit if you are comfortable doing so, and do not YOLO your life savings into this because there are risks as well as rewards. Anyways, when you're ready to make a deposit, simply hit on the green button and it's gonna pop up in your wallet asking you to confirm the transaction. In exchange for this, I guess you get some sort of NFT or token that represents your deposit into the restaking vault. So hit confirm, and it looks like the transaction was successful. So now we can go back over here, check out the My Dashboard section, and yeah, so I've deposited 1.43 SOL tokens. So this is just my demo wallet for the channel here. I'm probably gonna make a larger deposit into the vault with one of my other wallets. And of course, you need to decide whether or not you think this is something you want to participate in. The PICA token actually already exists right now, and it trades for less than 2 cents per token, but it's had quite the run up since last year. And I guess the announcement of this restaking competition is probably causing this price action here. So anyways, if you do want to participate in this and make some deposits, that is exactly how you do it. I think that the restaking narrative is quite a good one. However, I do not anticipate that the Solana restaking with Picasso is going to be nearly as lucrative as Eigenlayer restaking on ETH, but that's just my take. Anyways, hopefully you found this little tutorial helpful, and if you do want to participate, we are approaching the first cap of 50,000 SOL, but if you're watching it and you go and try to deposit and that cap has been filled, don't worry because they're going to be increasing it in the future. Anyways, thanks so much for watching and have a great day.